Cody, this guy is definitely providing something unique, isn't he? Joe is unique. He's special operations, you know. That's what he does, you know. Additionally, he has performed it in actual combat scenarios on the battlefield. I have no knowledge about that. One of the most popular characters on Dual Survival was Cody Lundin, renowned for his composure and demonstrated ability to survive. His honesty and experience added a unique touch to the presentation. However, viewers were left wondering what happened when he abruptly vanished after 3 seasons. Years later, Cody finally opened up and revealed the true reason for his departure. His account of what happened differs greatly from what viewers witnessed on television. Come along as we reveal Cody Lundin's true story. When Dual Survival debuted on the Discovery Channel in 2010, it immediately gained popularity. The stark difference between the show's 2 hosts, Dave Canterbury and Cody Lundin, was a major factor in its early success. Viewers were captivated by their diverse personalities and methods of survival. Cody, who frequently went barefoot and used crude skills, provided a serene, nature-based approach. Dave, however, had been in the military and was a firm believer in employing tools to respond quickly. The show was thrilling to watch because of this harmony of opposites, which allowed viewers to witness 2 radically different approaches to survival scenarios. Nevertheless, their arguments went beyond the show. They actually disagreed on how to respond to survival scenarios. Cody concentrated on using less energy and planning ahead. Dave liked to take chances. Their partnership frequently broke down because of these disagreements, which caused tension throughout filming. Later, Cody stated in public blogs that they didn't always agree on safety and survival philosophy, and that their approaches didn't mesh well. It wasn't just Cody and Dave who were at odds. It also applied to the way the program was operated. Although some of the drama between them was risky, producers liked it. Later, Cody said that several of Dave's techniques were dangerous and unrealistic for real-world survival situations. On camera, Cody maintained his professionalism, but it was obvious that their relationship was growing tense. Dave Canterbury was secretly kicked off the show after the 2nd season. The network first failed to provide a thorough explanation, but soon after, rumors started to circulate that Dave had misrepresented his military experience when he applied for the show. He had stated that he had 20 years of expertise as an Army Ranger and sniper. But according to military documents, he had been a military police officer for around 6 years and had not been trained as a sniper or ranger. Although the Discovery Channel did not issue a statement, it was obvious that this misinformation contributed to his dismissal. Later, Dave acknowledged lying on his resume in a video. He expressed regret to his fans and acknowledged that it was a grave error. He clarified that he overstated his qualifications since he was so desperate for the position. The question then arises, did I exaggerate certain details on my resume? Yes, I did. Well, I didn't mean to cause harm to anyone. I didn't do it to cause my family members any hardship. In reality, I did it to improve my family's quality of life and to make my teaching abilities more widely available. Many admirers, particularly those who had admired his abilities on the show, were let down. Some believed he had betrayed the audience's trust and the military, while others were forgiving. Dual Survival took a different turn when Dave was removed. In addition to creating space for a new co-host, his departure left Cody and him feeling like they had unresolved business. The collaboration had gotten off to a great start, but it ended abruptly due to conflicts, network pressure, and unfounded allegations. Following Dave's departure, Joe Teddy, another military-trained survival specialist, was introduced by Discovery Channel. Joe was presented as an all-American hero with a solid special operations background. Viewers initially witnessed him and Cody collaborating effectively. Their exchanges appeared cordial. They appeared to value one another's abilities. It looked like a match made in heaven on camera. Joe's tactical assurance blended with Cody's unwavering composure. However, the situation was very different behind the scenes. Cody said the friendship wasn't genuine. He disclosed that Joe frequently attempted to frighten him and had a short fuse. Later on, Cody clarified that he was truly terrified of Joe's actions. Joe apparently produced a variety of weapons while filming. He had a spear, an ice axe, and other implements with him. He allegedly waved them at Cody in an attempt to scare him into obeying commands or even hurrying through scenes, rather than using them for survival. A report of a court file Cody made is one of the most concerning events. Cody recounted how Joe brandished an ice axe and threatened to bury him on the side of a mountain. In another shooting incident in Hawaii, Joe allegedly threatened to use a spear to impale Cody. These were the times when Cody felt in danger. He thought Joe was attempting to intimidate him into remaining silent and to keep filming regardless of how dangerous or intense the event was. The serene, polite team chemistry that viewers witnessed on television was a far cry from that. After agreeing to a multi-season hosting contract, Cody believed he was entitled to a secure workplace. Additionally, Cody believed he had little assistance from producers. Joe's actions appeared to be tolerated rather than stopped by the producer's emphasis on drama. Fans were shocked to learn that there was actual strife and terror behind the scenes of a survival show designed to test abilities and teamwork. Joe, on the other hand, never discussed these accusations in public or on television. Things returned to normal after the incident was covered by the media, until Joe was eventually let go from the show. He was reportedly cut off following a distressing occurrence that occurred while filming, albeit the cause for this was not made clear. According to reports, Joe and a stray dog got into a violent altercation close to the production location. The specifics of what transpired vary. Joe killed the dog, according to some sources, while others say he simply hurt it. But according to reports, the incident began when the dog started chasing several stray cats close to the crew's camp. Joe intervened and responded violently when the dog captured one of the cats. What transpired stunned everyone on set. His actions were seen by some crew members as needless and excessive. The production team viewed the incident as reprehensible. The amount of violence aroused severe concerns, and it swiftly became a turning point, despite Joe's belief that he was protecting the cats. Instead than dismissing the incident as a miscommunication, the producers acted decisively. They decided to cut ties with Joe since they felt that his actions went too far. A trustworthy source claims that Discovery management prevented him from entering their offices in addition to removing him from the show. The incident immediately attracted notice, because it wasn't the first time that questions had been raised concerning Joe's behavior behind the scenes. However, this issue was different from others. His tenure with the network ended as a result of the negative reaction it caused. Following his dismissal, Discovery proceeded in secret with replacement hosts without announcing it to the public. The producer surprised viewers by announcing that Cody would not be returning for the 4th season of the show before Joe was fired. Since Cody had always been regarded as a composed and trustworthy survivalist who could manage even the most trying circumstances, the news was unexpected. Questions were aroused by his abrupt departure, and his succinct explanation only made matters more confusing. Cody clarified in a February 2014 Facebook post that he had been let go by Discovery Channel because of what he described as disagreements over health and safety issues on the program. "I would miss being on the show, but I would miss teaching survival skills and sharing knowledge about indigenous culture and nature more than anything else," he said, thanking his followers. Discovery initially made an effort to hide the situation. The network declared in a statement to a media outlet that it was time for a change and that they were only attempting to present their audience with alternative viewpoints on survival. They also wished Cody well and said they had a nice run with him. Fans weren't persuaded, even if it sounded like a calm party. When another media site revealed that Cody was extremely dissatisfied with Discovery's handling of the matter, things became more heated. Later, he posted further information on social media, claiming that the network's claims were unjustified and incorrect. According to Cody, the initial press releases from Discovery gave the impression that he would be returning for the entire 4th season. However, this was untrue. Although he denied it, subsequent remarks suggested that he had left the show on his own volition. As other news releases surfaced, some implied that Cody had just hit his breaking point and was no longer able to cope with the hardships of survival. Cody refuted these allegations, claiming that they were not only untrue, but also disparaging to his integrity and experience. He stated unequivocally that he was fired for reasons he believed to be hazardous and unjust, and that he did not choose to leave. When Cody sued Discovery Channel and its producers for slander in 2016, the whole extent of this dispute was made public. According to the lawsuit's specifics, which were disclosed by a trustworthy source, Cody thought he was purposefully edited to appear unstable. He said that scenes were edited by the producers to give the impression that he was mentally ill or in a panic. while in fact, he was reacting to hazardous events on set. Cody said in the lawsuit that Joe Teddy, his co-host at the time, was to blame for a lot of the safety problems. Cody claimed that Joe threatened him violently and frequently manufactured dangerous situations during filming. Cody said that despite the host-host conflict, the producers did not intervene or shield him. Instead, he said, they made him appear to be the issue by using editing techniques. He said that what was actually taking place behind the scenes differed greatly from the show's account of events. Two quite distinct stories were presented to the public. One from Cody, who detailed a pattern of hazardous working conditions and false narratives, and one from the network, which recommended a straightforward shift in focus. The lawsuit raised awareness of the lesser-known aspect of reality TV, where actual people may suffer as drama occasionally takes precedence over the facts. Following Cody's exit, Discovery carried on with the series by substituting Matt Graham, another survivalist. However, the show's reputation had already suffered. Supporters were still split. While some remained supportive of the new hosts, others believe Cody was the show's star and had been handled unfairly. A lot of people who watched also wondered how someone with Cody's reputation and skill set could be fired so quickly. In addition to teaching survival skills, he instilled in his students a respect for and understanding of nature. He had been the steady, barefoot instructor who kept things grounded for years. It was inconsistent and out of character for him to suddenly imply that he couldn't hack it. A significant ruling in the legal dispute between Cody and Discovery Channel was rendered in 2018. He alleged in the court filing that the network had harmed his reputation by manipulating the series video to falsely depict his behavior. According to Cody, this affected his professional employment as a survival coach, in addition to harming his reputation. Judge Rawson O. Silver of Arizona reviewed the matter. Judge Silver made the decision in favor of Discovery Channel after reviewing the claims and supporting documentation. She came to the conclusion that Cody's lawsuit's claims were insufficient to establish defamation under the law. According to her, Cody's assertions are not sufficiently supported by any of the statements he cited as evidence. This indicates that the court determined that the show's material did not fulfill the legal criteria for defamation, because it was neither false nor harmful enough. Cody, who had worked for years to clean his name, was undoubtedly disappointed by the decision. The truth, he felt, had not been adequately heard. He believed that the matter involved more than just words. It focused on his treatment, the editing of the show, and the effects it had on his life and career. Cody persisted even after the judge's ruling. He kept up his efforts to appeal the decision and kept speaking out about the circumstances. A source claims that Cody has been lobbying the legal system to have a higher court examine the ruling, in order to hold the network responsible for what he claims was an unjust representation. He needs an opportunity to fully explain his case. Cody maintained his tenacity, but another significant fact regarding his former co-host, Joe Teddy, surfaced. It seems that Joe received harsh criticism from those outside the entertainment industry after he was let go from the show. That wasn't all, though. Additionally, he was expelled from the Special Forces Association, a reputable group composed of active service and retired U.S. Army Special Forces personnel. Joe portrayed himself as having superior training and experience by frequently discussing his military experience. But concerns about the veracity of his assertions started to surface. He claimed to be a veteran of combat. According to sources, Joe had never really participated in direct combat throughout his tenure in the military. Even though the designation is granted to people who have served in areas of active conflict, he exacerbated the situation rather than resolving the misunderstanding or staying silent. He claimed that he was not permitted to discuss the unit he worked with since it was so classified. Instead of stopping there, though, he continued by explaining how extremely secret it was allegedly. He wouldn't be talking about the work at all, according to viewers and military experts, if it was actually classified. The Special Forces Association expelled him from the organization after considering his behavior and record. Cody has gone back to what has always meant the most to him, teaching others how to survive in the wild after quitting the program and the lawsuit. Cody was a well-known survival educator with years of practical expertise, even before he made his broadcast debut. Now that he is operating his own school, the Aboriginal Living Skills School, in Arizona, He has completely returned to that life in order to teach contemporary people how to survive off the land using both traditional and useful survival skills. Cody established the school in 1991. The school emphasizes subjects like basic living and outdoor survival. The foundation of Cody's teaching philosophy is independence, reverence for the natural world, and maintaining composure under duress. Cody is getting ready to introduce a new alpine survival course, based on one of his postings. The session will be held in the untamed backcountry of Arizona at an elevation of 800 feet. Students will have to learn how to thrive in high-altitude environments where temperature, geography, and weather all pose different challenges. Like all of his classes, the objective is not only to survive, but also to regain a connection with nature, gain practical skills, and boost confidence. Cody continues to impact individuals all over the world through his school, through first-hand experience rather than a screen. Speaking of first-hand experience, Cody has used his extensive knowledge to create television shows, books, and courses that have taught thousands of people how to live in challenging environments. The survival show with Cody Lundin was one of Cody's most significant endeavors. He did more than just show up. In addition, he directed, produced, wrote, and starred in it. The fact that this show was totally developed by a qualified survival specialist rather than a television producer sets it apart. It is still one of the few survival shows produced by a person with actual industry qualifications. Cody is an adjunct faculty member at Yavapai College, Prescott College, and the OSA Institute, in addition to teaching at his own survival school. He conducts courses at these schools that are based on the sustainability and survival curricula that he created himself. Along with all of this, Cody is the author of 2 survival best-selling books. In 2003, 98.6, The Art of Keeping Your Ass, his debut book, was released. It teaches how to regulate body heat and make wise choices to prevent death from severe temperatures in the wild. In 2006, he published his second book, When All Hell Breaks Loose, Things You Need to Survive When Disaster Strikes. The survival of homes and cities in times of emergency, such as natural disasters, power shortages, and civil upheaval, is the main subject of this book. Both books are frequently among the top 10 bestsellers in their respective categories and have been translated into multiple languages. All around the world, hikers, campers, and emergency planners use them extensively. However, it doesn't stop there. Cody has gained recognition among elite professionals due to his extensive understanding of both mental and physical survival. News organizations and channels frequently invite him to act as an expert. He has provided national and international media with advice on actual catastrophes and disaster scenarios. In addition to commercial businesses, government organizations, and emergency teams, he has trained thousands of pupils from a variety of backgrounds. Many reputable media outlets have also taken notice of Cody's work. He has appeared in a number of prominent news publications and television shows, such as USA Today, CBS News, and The Today Show. His message reached a larger audience thanks to his appearances, and more people were able to understand the value of being ready for everything.